Hi friends, today's OP build is on Singed, and not only was this one of the most fun games I've had in Arena, but I got to answer a question that I'm sure all Singed players were dying to know. On top of that, I got a ton of fun and OP items and encountered a game-changing bug. I hope you enjoy the video and that it is as fun to watch as it was to play, as Singed develops into the ultimate champion. The first rounds are pretty normal. I got Perseverance, which is kind of boring, but actually a really good augment for Singed. I run in, do my poison, run away, and regen. Pyke and Singed actually make a pretty annoying combo, especially when the circle starts to close. The poor Amumu kept getting tossed into the fire. I don't know if it's fire mechanics or perseverance or what, but Amumu started at 368 HP and I started at 176 when the ring started closing in. And he ended up dying first. Maybe it's because he was already in the fire for a couple of seconds when we flipped him, or maybe my poison damage plus perseverance kept me alive longer. If anybody knows, please leave a comment. I'm dying to know. We won round 2 after Shaka made an oopsie-daisy and trapped himself on the other side in the fire. I just revived Pyke, making it a 2v1 and an easy win. Round 3 is a Prismatic item round, and being a bit of a believer in RNG and a huge fan of Elder Soul Singed, I took Dragonheart. I mean, there's always a chance for a Dragon Soul augment, right? My Pyke also took Dragonheart, but it turns out that both of us being down a Prismatic item isn't great, and we ended up losing to another Singed and a Shaco. The other Singed had Restless Restoration, which is arguably better than Perseverance, and he was just out healing all of our damage. Whatever, it's fine. We got plenty of health left. Round 4, I picked up Leandry's over Rylai's because I really just wanted more damage, and we went versus a Nefiri and a Zed, and without items or OP augments, neither champion is that scary, so we got a pretty easy win. Now the real fun begins. Round 5 is here, and both Pyke and I wanted some sort of Dragon Soul, but after a reroll, I decided that it was okay that I got no soul. I rolled Don't Chase, the Singed augment on Singed. Would it work? Would I have 2 poison trails, each doing their own damage? I didn't even know you can get this augment in Singed. And if you can read the chat, I was very excited about it. But time's almost up, and it's time to pick it and find out for ourselves. I couldn't wait, so I ran straight in, and oh my god, it actually worked. Heck was taking 2 sources of poison. I ended up crashing, probably because I was breaking the game with this interaction, but I came back and thankfully the Heck was just chasing the Pyke. Because of Milio, the round took a little while, but the power of the double poison eventually was just too much for them. With Pyke getting so many executes, I ended up with almost 5,000 gold, so it's time for another Prismatic. And I used a reroll and actually was offered Gambler's Blade. I figured if we kept winning, I would have an absolutely insane amount of gold with Gambler's Blade and Pyke ult. Plus, it might even work on my second poison trail. And I don't normally do this, but since Dragonheart isn't really an item yet, and neither is Gambler's Blade, I figured an anvil could not hurt our chances to win. Round 6, and the fight starts off pretty well with my Pyke catching the smolder and doing a lot of damage. And I had already accumulated a good amount of gold with Gambler's Blade, and instead of using my flash this round to kill the smolder, would definitely be worth it. After getting rid of the smolder, it was just the Nunu left, and this poor guy just wanted to revive his dragon, but we refused to let him with a series of flips and pulls. Eventually, he did just flash so he could finally revive the dragon, but the circle was already closing in, and Smolder had nowhere to go. After taking out the Smolder again, all it was a bit more flipping on the Nunu, and we would eventually win. And honestly, I'm glad that it was a Nunu, because of all of his healing, I ended up with an incredible 3,000 bonus gold from Gambler's Blade. The extra money from the round actually gave me enough for yet another Prismatic item on an anvil round. No rerolls, so it could be a bit risky, but hey, I will take Demonic's Embrace. Round 7 is here, and it's a Morgana and a Severe on the special map. After almost throwing by flipping Morgana into a great position to ult and getting my Pyke killed, sorry friend, I managed to blast cone out and reset a bit. And Dragonheart did give me Ocean Soul, so that with Perseverance and some plants / blast cone plays, I did manage to revive the Pyke and shortly after take the win with an extra 1,000 gold from Gambler's Blade. Round 8, and it's Augment round. I probably should have taken Bread and Jam, but my ally told me he got Parasitic Relationship, and I figured it could be fun to grab it since we both already had Dragonheart. Next fight is Pantheon and Singed. Nope, I'm Singed. Pantheon and Amumu. The fight was going pretty evenly until my Perseverance and Ocean Soul started to take over. All the damage that I had taken was quickly starting to regen, while they were out of luck. After stealing some plants, I went back to see how the Pyke and Panth fight was going, when I caught him trying to do a cheeky ult to the other plants.
Nope.
Panth quickly went down to some cheeky double poison, and shortly after, so did Amumu. I got a casual 2,000 gold from Gambler's Blade. And oh my god, I have 6,000 gold to spend. I don't think I've ever had this much on a single round of Arena ever. And the luck continues as I managed to roll runecarver with my Prismatic item, and I kind of wanted to keep Gambler's Blade and boots, so I figured it was time to start going for some anvils. Next up was Milio and Heck again, and I'm not really sure how Don't Chase works. For all I know, it could help proc not only the Gambler's Blade, but my newly acquired runecarver as well. Either way, the runecarver was a huge bump in my damage, and the fight ended up being pretty easy. Maybe we could have been a little bit greedy and let him revive for some more Gambler's Blade procs, as I only got an extra 1,000 gold. I know, 1,000 gold is a lot, but I keep thinking of that one 3,000 round, and I really want it back. I mean, just think of all the anvils we could get. Runecarver did 3.3k damage, and Don't Chase another 2,000 damage. Another anvil round, and while everyone else is only getting their 1, I can afford 3 extra, giving me a total of 8. And in case you're curious, these are the stats that I've gotten so far. Round 10 is up, and it's the Morgana and Severe again. And this time they have some room to move around in. And I did manage to redeem myself from last time and actually flip the Morgana out of her ult. But my success was short-lived as I messed up again and was way too cocky at this point and didn't even try to dodge the Q. Severe actually melted me, and shortly after she did the same to Pyke. It's okay though, I accept the challenge. It would have been a little bit boring to just stomp everyone every round anyway. New money round, and I could have gone something like Rylai's, but at this point I was all in on the anvils and ended up getting my total to 10. But here's where the game-changing bug comes into play. We had a buy round, so I didn't choose my final anvil until after the round had started, and if you notice, after I select my anvil, the number did not go up. It was supposed to go to 11. After the round finished, it was the final augment round, and I didn't love my options, so I went for a reroll. I mean, come on, at this point, I'm almost guaranteed to get magic missile. But something weird happened. When I rerolled, it took me back to the anvil menu. My guess is that the anvil didn't go through from the previous round, and the game thought that I was still in that menu. So when I rerolled, it rerolled the anvils instead of the augment. Oh, well it's fine, I suppose. I just won't get my 4th augment. Round 12, and we're back versus the Singed and the Shaco, and it won't be an easy fight because I am down an augment, and Shaco has Miniomancer, Infernal Soul, and WCDR, while Singed has Vulnerability and Magic Missile in addition to the Restless Restoration. Most of this fight was just the other Singed and I flipping each other while Shaco was running around placing boxes, and Pyke was running around trying to thread some damage in whenever he could. Thankfully though, I had Ocean Soul and Perseverance, and because of the Shaco clone following me, I was almost always getting the Ocean Soul heal. Not only that, but my runecarver was starting to stack up a lot. Things did get a little bit dicey as I ran into a swarm of Miniomancered Shaco boxes. I got to pretty low health, but thankfully I got the flip on the other Singed and managed to flash to the final plant. At this point my runecarver was at 18 stacks and just melting anybody that got hit by it. All the while, Pyke went from like 100 HP back to full, and my health was steadily going up as well. We finished off the Singed with a quick double flip combo, and at this point, no amount of Shaco boxes was going to help them win. I ended up with a new record of 3,600 in Gambler's Blade Gold, and I couldn't wait to buy some more anvils. I probably should have sold boots here and kept Gambler's Blade, but I was a little nervous of the Severe and wanted to get a bit tankier. Thankfully, I rolled Shield of Molten Stone, which gives armor, but also has a chance to block an auto attack. After selling the blade to replace with Molten Stone, I now have 5,000 gold to spend on anvils. I was mostly going for 2 random shards or some tank ones, but also had way too many to buy and couldn't really think about which ones were best. We're for Severe and Morgana again, and it was time for some revenge. My anvil stats are so outrageous at this point. As long as I don't get hit by a Q, and with 600 to 700 movement speed, I really hope I don't get hit by a Q, we should take this easy win. Pyke's Elder Soul came online 1 round before me because of an Infernal Soul Augment, and we almost took out the Severe. But it ended up not mattering as they separated and I just started running circles around the Severe. I had 800 armor with Shield of Molten Stone and 32% Omnivamp, so she really couldn't damage me. Now I could have gone and revived the Pyke, but I was having too much fun and wanted to see how fast I could take out the Morgana. Well, we're finally here, the final round, and it's a money round, which means more anvils. I actually ended up with 22, which is the most I've ever had or ever seen. Here's a quick picture of all the stats I've gotten from anvils. It's a lot, I know. The final fight is versus the Shaco and Singed, and I guess it's impossible to get Elder Soul without an extra Dragon Soul Augment. Oh well. The only thing that's changed is my Pyke and their Shaco both have their Elder Soul up for this fight. Oh, and I've got 11 more anvils since our last fight. I wonder which one's better. I ran straight in to try to prevent a Shaco box forest appearing, and between my Pyke's Elder Soul and my poisons and runecarver, we took the Shaco's HP down really fast. I swear this movement speed on Singed should be illegal. I quickly chased down the Shaco, and one last flip took him out. All that was left was to take down the Singed, and a nice pull and then stun combo from my Pyke sealed the deal, and we eventually got the Singed. And now for the fun part, checking to see how much damage all the augments and items actually did. Perseverance healed for 14,000 HP, and Parasitic Relationship actually healed a respectable 5,000. Don't Chase did a respectable 20,000 damage, and Runecarver did an incredible 27,000 damage. Pyke's Parasitic got 8,000 in healing, and his Flesh Eater another 8,000. I do wish there was a way to see like Elder Soul damage for him or how much Ocean Soul healed for me. It's okay though, we got the important stats. Thanks for watching, friends, and I hope you enjoyed this fun singed build. I also make shorts with 1 to 2 fun or OP augments or team combos like this. I recently posted a jeweled gauntlet on Lee where I ended up one-shotting Azeri by kicking a Gragas into her, not once, but twice. That's it for me though, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.